People who don't wear fucking Halloween costumes, 'tis the spirit. I'm making this actually a little bit late, but also perfectly early. Why the fuck don't you wear Halloween? Because it's like, why did I go to 2 Halloween parties when I was 19? Like, one, oh my god. I'll put it to you like this. I showed up as the fucking Joker from the recent Joker movies. And my buddy at the time, who I was also fucking, but you know, he was just a buddy, he showed up as a sock monkey. And we both showed up to what was advertised as a big Halloween party blast to nothing but a bunch of fucking grown adults playing Foursquare. Like, all of them, every single person at that party was wearing black skinny jeans, black shoes, black t-shirt, black hoodie. And when we came in, they just turned and stared at us like we were absolute fucking immature weirdo children before they went back to playing cornhole and fucking Foursquare, despite being 30 and 40 and we were the youngest people there, so it had a layer of awkwardness. But the good thing is, thankfully, as more people came, like a chick showed up in this amazing, beautiful fairy costume. A few people came in, and when they saw me, they were like, "Oh, thank God! I thought we were gonna be the only people in a costume." Do you know how fucking pathetic you have to be, where you throw a Halloween party, and like people just really think, "Ooh, they aren't going to try anything Halloweeny at all." I'm just saying, I hate you bitches. You bitches piss me off and disgust me. Because you gotta, you know how shitty you have to be as a friend group or as a person or anything for someone to show up to your party and think to themselves, I'm probably going to be the only one here who has any Halloween spirit at this Halloween themed party and who actually bothered. I think that shit's fucking pathetic. Every single year I was in school, I decided to dress up for Halloween. Why? Because why the fuck wouldn't I? I had a goddamn great time doing so. Did I get mocked? Yeah, it's like, okay, I was the only bitch on the school bus wearing the fucked up Elsa wig with the itchy goddamn blue dress, but you know what? I went to school, some niggas were laughing their ass off seeing me, roasting the fuck out of me. Other niggas were happy as fuck screaming, let it go, and we had a great time. Like, it's the one day a year you get to be a silly little goofy goober and no one's gonna judge you, but it's like everyone just collectively decided either, I'm too good for that, or, someone's gonna judge me, so I'm not gonna do it. And then everyone shows up not wearing shit. And then when you are one of the only people who has their balls and dick out, in the sense of, like, not a Halloween costume, even though, Halloween you can be slutty, do it. I'm just saying, if you show up and you're the only one wearing a costume, some people might be like, oh, they've got big fucking balls doing that in this room full of judgmental people. Or they're the judgmental person saying, what the fuck? A Halloween costume? To a Halloween party? Fucking idiot. I hate those bitches. And then funny enough, but we still had a blast. We got wasted. We got drunk. They played Scrabble, but that's not important. I didn't need to. It was funny. They drank. Okay, I don't need to tell you, but we both drank a fuck ton. I'm a lightweight, so I was just laying my head on the table having a conversation with my eyes closed, just totally fucking lurid. Meanwhile, they were going for like triple word scores and shit in Scrabble, like, okay, I don't have enough letters for Australopithecus, that would be perfect. I don't play Scrabble, but they had a fucking blast and they were entirely coherent. Anyway, wear a fucking Halloween costume. It's not gonna kill you. I went to this Halloween themed event last year for this group in my city. I showed up looking like a sexy storm. I was like, you know what? It's Halloween night and I want to look sexy. I put on my nice little white wig. I put on like this amazing outfit with the boob cut out and this nice necklace that looked like something Storm from X-Men would wear. I was very much in my Aurora Monroe energy. Don't mock me for I said that. Shut the fuck up. But I had a goddamn blast. And I showed up. There were plenty of people wearing just flannels and jeans and boots looking like basic fucking hipster bitches. But guess what? I showed up like a bad bitch. And I showed up feeling good. I had my sparkly garters on. I had the sexy slit in my dress. I thought I looked fucking great. They had a costume contest and not enough people got on stage. Why? Because they were punk pussy bitches who are afraid of what other people think or uncreative or pathetic. And then me, I thought to myself, my costume probably is not good enough to be in a costume contest compared to the dude in the fucking knight armor. Though that dude's a samurai, that person's a sexy ghost. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it anyway. Why? Because the outfit's slay enough and I want to get seen in it, and not just have videos on Instagram that might get a few likes. Guess what? I went up there, I did my little shitty arm movements. I remember distinctly 2 people giving me a shitty ass look of, why the fuck is that bitch on stage? She's just wearing like a black dress with some garters and a white wig. Not impressive. But it's like, guess what? I still got the applause. I still had a great time. I got to be on stage and have a wonderful time. Life is about having a wonderful fucking time. If you're the type of person who's like, ooh, fuck Halloween, Fuck you. Me and my bad bitches are gonna do a fucking seance. We light candles. We get the pumpkin spice candles. We do that shit. Like, Halloween is where you go and do whatever the fuck you want because you can. You live hedonistically. I don't know. I just noticed, like, what I've noticed is that there's people who wear Halloween costumes on Halloween. Doesn't matter if they're at school, they're at work, anything. They're usually the most fun fucking people you will ever meet. And then there's the ones who don't. Which person do you want to be? Because, yeah, 2 Halloween parties when I was 19 back to back where I was one of the only people dressed up. And then, like, my ex, we did eventually date. Me and that fuckbuddy guy. He then became my boyfriend, like, the next day. But either way, me and him went to a second party. He was showing me off to his friends in Santa Cruz. You know what fucking happened? We went there. We had a blast. But I noticed that as soon as they opened the fucking door, everyone just kind of gave me a stare. Because they just were like, oh, she's like a sexy Joker. Interesting. Hey guys, she's the Joker, isn't that cool? And then they were like, yeah. The closest someone was, other than the both of us, for wearing a costume was this one person wearing like cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. For that, I will give them credit. Like half credit. It you know what, it counts. They didn't have a lasso, they didn't have a bolo tie, but they still looked good and they slayed. But it's like a safe costume for people where it's like, if, like, I don't know, it's a good costume in the sense of if you went to a party and no one else was wearing a costume, you could easily just take off the hat and pretend the shoes are just a statement piece, in my opinion. So good strategy, but also a cop-out, so I'm only giving half credit. Like, to me, also, it builds character. Like, you need to not have shame and anxiety over stupid shit sometimes. Sometimes you just need to walk into school. Yeah, I remember I was like, I'm gonna wear special effects makeup. I did this amazing look where it looked like my eyelids were peeling. I did this realistic effect with like pink lipstick and Vaseline to look like raw meat. I used latex and paint and napkins to make it look like my eyes are peeling and I was like dying or melting. And it was the best fucking day ever. I was a magnet to every fucking student. They were like, how the fuck did you do that shit? You need to take risks in your life. Someone can call you a pussy, someone can call you a slur, but it's like someone can say you're a whore, but it doesn't change the fact that it's like, okay, guess what? I went out looking like a sexy fucking Storm. Well, Storm is already sexy, that goes without saying. I'm sure I was actually, I was, but either way, I showed up and showed out, and I had a blast, and I looked devastatingly sexy and got tons of compliments and even got some new friends online. And I had an amazing time. Simply put, yeah, niggas need to learn to have a good time. You might get some surprise friends, you could get some praise, all that. Like, all that. I remember I went to school dressed as, like, Cesar's Love Galore. I had the big ponytails and the butterflies, and as I was about to board the bus, I was like, ah, shit, I'm probably gonna get mocked, and they're probably gonna think I'm some fucking weeb. Like, they're gonna think I'm some black Hatsune Miku or some shit, but I said, okay, you know what, fuck it. I strutted on that bus, I swung my fucking massive ponytails with the butterflies in it, and I was on the bus, and I posed. I got some looks, some good, some bad, some curious, and I still had a great fucking time that day. And I think one kid got a crush on me because he just was intently staring at me for the rest of the year after that. Very interesting. I'm just saying, it opens a door of opportunity. Please wear a costume for Halloween. Don't be pathetic. Fuck you. And if you're someone who's boring as fuck and you just, like, smear, like, fake blood on your face and you're like, I'm a car accident victim, we all know someone who's been in a car accident and didn't live or got injured, for one, but, fuck it. Sometimes, it's like, not only is it tasteless, it's just boring as fuck. Or like, oh, I've got a little blood on my face, now I'm a zombie, I'm the undead. That's so lazy. Unless you put, like, black gunk on your eyes, then it's fun. I love a creative costume. Even, like, hell, there's costumes you can use even if you gotta wear a mask. Or if you have to wear a uniform at your job. I had a great fucking time. I remember, like, the Halloween before the last, I asked, could I wear a costume to work? They said, sure. I've got a crown, and I made, like, a realistic, like, SFX, like, bloody scratch scar on my neck, and I said I was a beheaded queen, a guillotine queen, like Anne Boleyn or Marie Antoinette, and I got a lot of, like, praise. It was funny. People would walk in at my job and be like, oh, I love your crown, you're a pretty princess. I said, thank you. And then they'd notice my neck, and then they'd be like, like, oh, fuck, what happened there? Why is she covered in blood? But I had a great fucking time, bet you not. Anyway, yeah, get in the spooky season. Life's short, live fun. Peace out.